We'll solve this system using Kramer's rule. That means we first need to find D, then we need to find D of R, then D sub S, and D sub T. For D, we use the coefficients of R, S, and T in the determinant. So going across each of these rows, 2, -4, and 3, then -3, 5, -4, -2, 1, -3. Then we need to work with the 2 by 2 systems. We'll take 2 first and multiply it by the determinant 5, -4, 1, -3. Next we'll subtract -3 times the system -4, 3, 1, -3. And then we'll add -2 times the determinant -4, 3, 5, -4. Next, we'll multiply 2 times 5 times -3 minus 1 times -4. So we'll take -15 and subtract -4. -15 plus 4, that's -11. Then this will become plus 3 times the quantity, -4 times -3, that's positive 12, and it will be 12 minus the product of 1 and 3. 12 minus 3 is positive 9. Then plus a -2 minus 2 times the quantity -4 times -4, that's 16. And this will be 16 minus 5 times 3, 16 minus 15, and that's 1. So D is equal to -22 plus 27 minus 2. -22 plus 27 is positive 5. 5 minus 2 is 3. We just found that D was equal to 3. Now it's time to find D sub R. For D sub R, when we write the determinant, we replace the coefficients of R with the constants. Going down the first column, that's -1, 0, and -2. Then we'll take the coefficients of S and the coefficients of T. And next we'll break this determinant down as well. D sub R equals -1 times the determinant, 5, -4, 1, -3, minus 0 times the determinant, but we don't need to write that determinant because 0 times anything is still just 0. So we can move on and say plus -2 times the determinant, -4, 3, 5, -4, going across the rows. Evaluate these smaller determinants. -1 is multiplied by 5 times -3 minus 1 times -4. -15 minus -4. -15 plus 4 is -11. Minus 0 plus -2 is -2. -4 times -4 is 16, minus 5 times 3 is 15. 16 minus 15 is 1. D sub R equals positive 11 minus 2, which is 9. So D sub R is equal to 9. The next determinant we need is D sub S. For D sub S, we'll replace the coefficients of S with the constants. The first column is the coefficients of R. Next will be the constants. And then we'll have the coefficients of T. D sub S equals 2 times the determinant 0, -4, -2, -3, going across the rows. Then minus -3 times the determinant negative 1, 3, negative 2, negative 3, going across the rows. Then plus negative 2 times the determinant, negative 1, 3, 0, negative 4. We'll evaluate each of these determinants now. D sub s equals 2 times the quantity 0 times negative 3, which is 0, minus negative 2 times negative 4, and that will be negative 8. Plus 3 times the quantity negative 1 times negative 3 is positive 3. Positive 3 minus negative 2 times 3, that will be a positive 6, so it's 3 plus 6, which is 9. Or minus 2 times the quantity negative 1 times negative 4, that's positive 4, minus 0, so we'll have this as just 4. D sub s equals negative 16 plus 27 minus 8. Negative 16 plus 27 is 11. 11 minus 8 is 3. D sub s is equal to 3. Now we need to evaluate the determinant d sub t. Here, the coefficients of r and s will stay the same, but the coefficients of t will be replaced by the constants. Going down the first column, we'll have the coefficients of r. In the second column are the coefficients of s. And in the third column, we'll have the constants. And we'll need to evaluate this. D sub t is equal to 2 times the determinant 5, 0, 1, negative 2, going across the rows, minus negative 3 times the determinant negative 4, negative 1, 1, negative 2, plus negative 2 times the determinant negative 4, negative 1, 5, 0. 2 times the quantity 5 times the negative 2, that's negative 10, minus 0, so this will be 2 times negative 10, plus 3, minus negative 3 is plus 3. Negative 4 times negative 2 is positive 8, minus 1 times negative 1. 1 times negative 1 is negative 1, so it's positive 8 minus negative 1, or 8 plus 1, and that's 9. Then we'll have minus 2. Negative 4 times 0 is 0, minus 5 times negative 1, that's a negative 5. So it's 0 minus negative 5, or 0 plus 5, which is 5. D sub t is equal to negative 20 plus 27 minus 10. Negative 20 plus 27 is positive 7, and 7 minus 10 is negative 3. So d sub t is negative 3. Now we can solve for r, s, and t. R we'll find by dividing d sub r by d. 9 divided by 3, so r is equal to 3. S is d sub s divided by d. That's 3 divided by 3 equals 1. T is d sub t divided by d. Negative 3 divided by 3 is negative 1. So the solution to the system is 3, 1, negative 1.